This is Psalms chapter 62, verse 11. The Most High hath spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto the Most High. So whatever you see going on the earth, the Lord is the one in control. NLT, the Most High has spoken plainly, and I have heard it many times. Power, O Most High, belongs to you. So the Lord is the one that controls everything. He's the one that's in power and control, although Esau thinks different. So now let's go from there to Daniel chapter 4 and verse 35. And it says, and all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. Matter of fact, I started at 34. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and mine understanding returned unto me. Yeah, because the Most High stripped him of his understanding, because he became proud. And I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. And he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, what doest thou? So you can't stop the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The very actions that you take, the very demonic shit that you're doing is all being influenced from the left-hand side of the Most High for you to do what you do so that the Lord can come and check you. All right? So now let's go from there to Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 23. It says, O Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. So the Lord is the one directing steps of man. Man cannot direct his own steps. Let's see what the NLT says. I know, Lord, that our lives are not our own. We are not able to plan our own course. See? But here it is, you have these people that say that, you know, that they can control their own destiny, that the ones that can carve out their own destiny. You have something called, what is that called? Self-will? No, not self-will. I forget what it's called. There's a term for it, you know, where people think that they can govern themselves. There's a term for it. I just can't think of it right now. But that's not the case. No matter what you do, everything that you do is controlled by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Bottom line. So let's go from there to Job chapter 33. Manifest destiny. No, that's not the one. It's I mean, that's good, but it's something where people think that they have the freedom to do what they do. I can't think of, you know, the term. If somebody puts it up, I'll know. Free will, there you go. Autonomy is good too, yep, and free will. Free will is the main one. So it's free will. Autonomy is good too, meaning instead of being just like to self-govern, you know, but free will, everybody, or a lot of people think that they have free will, but you don't. So Job 33 and 13 says, why dost thou strive against him? Meaning striving against the Most High. For he giveth not account of any of his matters, right? Because like Gamaliel said, he said, if this counsel of this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it. Least happily you be found to fight even against the Most High. So here Job 33:13 says, why did thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. So here it is, Esau's preparing himself to fight so-called angels and all this stuff, or so-called aliens, which are angels, Yahushua and the angels, but it's futile. You're not going to win. You can't win. Because the Lord is going to squash you like the pinche bug that you are inside Job. It says, for the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. Right, because the Lord has the prophets out here. That's why, in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man, what was told to the rich man? They have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. For if they don't hear them, they won't hear if one come back from the grave. So they have the law and they have the actual prophets here telling them what's going on, what's happening. that this world is coming to an end. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men. This is when you're in your REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep. All right. And slumberings upon the bed, drooling, dreaming and having visions. Then he openeth the ears of men, and what sealeth their instruction. So every night when we go to bed, the Lord sets or seals a certain amount of instructions in our minds for what we're going to do the next day. Regardless of if you have a daily routine you do or not. If the Lord doesn't want that daily routine to happen, guess what? It's going to be interrupted and you're going to do something else. Esau has, a trajectory or a plan or an agenda that he's following to a T. And he thinks he's going to accomplish it. And he will to a certain degree, because it is all part of the plans of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that's the only reason why he's going to accomplish anything. Because it all boils down to the plans of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says that he may withdraw man from his purpose, see, and hide pride from man, because Esau is a proud man. And this is why they puffing at people. This is why they sending, what is that called? Aircraft carriers, and destroyers to certain parts of the world. This is why they're sending their military to certain parts of the world. And this is why they have more than 800, U.S. bases all over the planet, because they're proud, and they have their purpose. And their purpose is being governed by the small hats, which are governed by the international bankers that are banking all that what you see, in the world. They're banking it behind the scenes. From your controlled oppositions to the ones that are actually pushing forward, the agenda. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword.